Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are talking about T for God and the implications of this software in the VR world. A quick shout out to my buddy Eric for President, another fellow YouTuber. He told me to check out this game and I'm very happy he did, and actually during the filming of this, he uploaded a video regarding this same title. I checked it out. It's a lot more technical than I'm going to talk about, but you should go check it out. I will put a link in the description. T for God is an application currently in development that you can pick up for the Oculus Quest on SideQuest, or if you want to try it on PC VR, you could download it from itch.io. Now this application utilizes procedural generation and non-Euclidean geometry. And just to keep it very simple, if you're not familiar with those terms, procedural generation is something we've seen in a lot of other video games, particularly games like roguelikes or roguelites. And it basically means that the levels will be randomly generated. And non-Euclidean geometry is basically any space that exists outside of a flat world. It redefines what a point in space or something like a line is. So what does this mean for the VR world? Well, this allows you to continuously walk in a predefined play area. However, in your VR environment, continue to progress forward. Looking at it from outside of VR, it looks like you're basically almost just spinning circles. But inside of a VR environment, you are continually progressing on and on. This is basically step one in Holodeck Locomotion. For those of you not familiar with the Star Trek Holodeck, it's basically the holy grail of entertainment. While it is a predefined play space, it would continually go on and on for as long as the user needed it to. And it did this by creating a very specific holographic image, which when necessary tricked them into walking circles so they never actually reached the wall. So if you wanted your holodeck experience to be a straight 3-mile nature walk up a hill, where you are going due north the entire time, the holodeck would create that sensation for you, but at some point you would be turning. It would just be so subtle you did not notice it. Unfortunately, that's not the case here. You will feel like you're spinning circles. The VR barrier is also going to be a bit immersion breaking, but nonetheless, this is an amazing example of what we can do with software in VR. Now, similar concepts like this have been around since virtual reality first launched. One in particular would be the walkabout system, which would allow you to continually traverse forward in your VR environment while pacing back and forth in your same play space area. Now the experience in T for God is much more seamless than walkabout, which has you constantly pausing as the game reorients. But I feel like subtle implementations of this in a lot of modern VR games would be amazing. Like a quick example would be during loading screens when the game loads to black, it loads but faces you in the direction where traversing forward makes sense. And another perfect example is the almost cliche at this point horror game segment where you turn around and things have moved. The door that was there is gone. Then you turn back around and you're in a whole new room. T for God feels like it's scratching the surface of something amazing. And this excellent locomotion is wrapped into what looks like it will be a very cool roguelike robot game. So while the game does look cool, I was much more interested in the locomotion tech, and I tried to put this through the ringer. I tested my Quest in multiple locations, including my normal man cave, the living room, which has an odd layout. I wanted to see how it handled that, and I even went into the garage. And then I also tested my wireless Vive Pro and my Valve Index, specifically to see how bad this would be with a tethered VR headset. I'm getting tangled up in here. Oh man, no. Now, unfortunately, it didn't look like the application made great usage of the unique play area of upstairs or the increased space of my garage. It didn't really increase the overall room sizes. You were still making a lot of hard rights and hard lefts, and the game was constantly warping in on itself. It did, however, remove the immersion breaking frequent Guardian pop-up. Now, obviously, and as you'll see, a tethered VR system is not ideal for this specific game. Maybe this type of software could be utilized a little bit differently, But eventually I started running into issues where I was tangling the tether or tripping over it or even shortening it by making so many circles, and then I was limiting my play space. One side effect of the constant turning, or it might be a side effect of the poor performance on the Oculus Quest, but I was a bit nauseous after playing this for a while. At the moment, the best experience I had with this application was the wireless Vive Pro, and I have to say there's nothing quite like running down a hallway in VR and then making a turn and entering a new room and then walking around and just continuously walking. It is an amazing feeling. So I highly recommend anyone who's interested to go check this application out. Again, you can download it on itch.io for your PC VR, and you can get it via SideQuest for your Oculus Quest. This is a title that you guys should keep your eyes on, check out future development updates, and I gotta tell you, there's nothing quite like it in VR. Okay everybody, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment. What do you think? Is this the future or is this tech too gimmicky? And again, if you want to see more of my content, go ahead, subscribe, maybe ding that bell so you get notifications, and I will see you guys on next time.